Hi everyone, my name is Shohre. Today I'm gonna talk about one of the biases called nostalgia effect that could easily impact our willingness to buy things and to spend money. First of all, let's just define this effect. We can say that nostalgia effect is a cognitive bias where feeling of nostalgia increase our willingness to spend money, especially on experiences that foster social connectedness. We can say that it usually happen when we receive something which is connected to a nostalgic memory and reminding us something pleasant in the past, which we cannot just convince ourselves to stop buying something because we could recall something related in the past which is somehow um, pleasant for us. It could have individual and systematic effect. The individual impact is that it makes us more willing to spend money. So it could be somehow problematic if we aim to save up more money. And the systematic effect could be considered as the marketing companies that use this effect to influence people and consumers to boost their sales, leveraging people's emotional connections to the past. And the main reason why it happens is that nostalgia enhances feeling of social connectedness, reducing the perceived importance of money as people feel supported by their social network. So we can say that nostalgia elicits feeling of social connectedness, making us feel as though we have a social network in which we belong. Interestingly, social connectedness decreases our desire for money by making us feel less reliant on it because our network of friends and family support us. Now we know what nostalgia effect is, so we know that we need to find a way to avoid that, because if we don't consider it as we are purchasing things, we might it could make us in trouble. So to avoid it, we should pause before making impulsive purchases and assess whether we need the item or if it is just a result of sentimental feelings. To just check the background of this effect, we can say that there is a researcher named Lazaletto who just worked on this effect in 2014 under the research naming Nostalgia Weakens the Desire for Money, in which he demonstrated that nostalgia increases willingness to spend money. And in the article I read, there were two different examples to make this nostalgia effect more clear for us. In the first example, called Dictator Games, there was an experiment that conducted by Lazaletto, in which two different groups were assigned, and the first group were asked to write about a nostalgic memory and the second group were just asked to write about a neutral ordinary memory. Half of the participants then were assigned the role of proposer, and the other half were assigned the role of receiver. And they had to just give money or time to some receivers. And the results show that the participants who had recalled a nostalgic memory gave away more money but not more time. And this not only provided support for the nostalgia effect, but it demonstrated that this effect is specific to money, and it had no effect on people's willingness to give away their time. And the second example, which is called nostalgia in marketing, it shows that how advertisement campaigns had great success by using the simple trick of combining something old with something new, such as Pokemon cards that I had the picture earlier. As you remember, there were a cartoon named Pokemon late in 1990s, and by just recalling this cartoon, many consumers might like to buy the dolls or the cards or even binders of these cartoon character nowadays. Another example that I just added to this presentation is in the field of food and dining. Have you ever the same experience that you just consider to dine out and then consider a specific amount of money for going to a restaurant, and then by just getting the smell of some traditional meal, you ignored the importance of the money and saving of money, and you head of to the restaurant which is somehow local for you and had traditional food. Most of us might have the same experience because it just reminds us the memories of family gathering together, and that's why we prefer to spend more money by having some traditional food. To summarize, we can say that the nostalgia effect is a cognitive bias that makes people more likely to spend money when they experience nostalgia, particularly on experiences promoting social connections. It is essential to be aware of this bias to make informed spending choices. Thank you for listening to me. I will be happy if you just answer the questions I provided in the discussion part. Thank you.